Welcome back. In case you were busy during the past several days, there were a few news items from the week that I wanted to comment on, because we read the paper so you don't have to. That's basically it. Now, our band has prepared a brand new musical intro for the segment that we call In Case You Missed It. Wasn't that dynamic? Come on, audience. Well, still one of the most important stories in our nation is the final honors offered the Reverend Billy Graham. From the people lining streets and roads to say farewell, to the presidents and officials who paid their final respects in person, this man was humble in nature, but a giant for the gospel. Here is a comment from his son, Franklin Graham, at his funeral service in Charlotte.
He has often said that someday you'll read that Billy Graham is dead. He said, "Don't you believe one word of it." He said, "I'll be more alive than I am now. I'll have just changed addresses, that's all."
Well, that was a powerful funeral service. I hope you saw it. I'll be honest with you, Franklin was amazing. His sister Ann Graham Lotz was amazing. But the sister Ruth touched my heart in a way that was just powerful, because she exuded the kind of grace that really revealed the love and the redemption that Billy Graham had. Absolutely a very special time to watch that. Billy Graham, you will be missed. You will always be loved until we meet again. Well, from the divine to the ridiculous, Amazon's smart assistant, Alexa, lost her voice on Friday. There were countless reports and complaints from users about receiving delayed responses or completely losing connection. Oh my! Alexas were reported to have been given replies like, "Sorry, something went wrong," or a loud ding accompanied by the message, "Sorry, your Echo Dot lost its connection," while showing a bright red light ring of sadness for the users. Now, the problem went beyond Alexa to third-party devices like the Sonos One. Worst of all, many users were forced to turn their lights on by an ancient power switch that is embedded in the walls of their homes. What's this world coming to? Strangest of all, Amazon had run commercials in the Super Bowl based on the premise of Alexa losing her voice. Was this Russian meddling? Probably was. And speaking of Russia, because we're always speaking of Russia, right? Something completely different happened internationally this week. I believe you're all familiar with this picture of Vladimir Putin, quite the macho man. Remember this one? That ain't me, folks. Well, this week, instead of showing off his bare chest, he chose to flex the naked power of the Russian military in Moscow at an exhibition. Lights, cameras, missiles. That seemed to be the theme of this message just a couple of weeks prior to presidential elections there. Now, I know that type of campaign stumping wouldn't fly in the good old USA, but hey, when you get to run for president where there's no competition, you can do just about anything. In this case, you can remind the Russian people of the Soviet military days gone by. So let's hope that there can be some continued peaceful existence and productive relationships between Russia and America. And I'm going to resist changing the quote of historic U.S. Navy figure David Farragut to, "Damn the torpedoes, full peace ahead." One final thought about that. This week, Vladimir Putin was boasting about his missiles. Can I just let you in a little secret? I think it's pretty obvious. If you have to tell everybody how strong you are, you ain't that strong.